Identify the degrees of the terms and the degree of the polynomial. Negative 4x cubed y squared plus 4 minus 8xy plus 3x cubed y plus 5xy squared. Now in this case, it's asked to identify the degree of the terms. So let's look at the first term. The first term appears to be negative 4x cubed y squared. Now this is different than the previous problems because now we have different variables with different exponents. So what do? Well, recall, the degree of a term with more than one variable is the sum of the exponents. So in this case, x has a power of 3, y has a power of 2, so we need to find the sum or add those values. And so therefore the first term will have a degree of 5. Now let's look at the second term. Again, terms are separated by plus and minus signs. So the next term is 4. In this case, we need to identify the degree or the exponent. Do you even see a variable? No, which means this variable has an imaginary 0 as its exponent. So the degree of 4 is 0. The next term we have is minus 8xy. And again, as we look at the exponents of x and of y, we appear to not see the exponents, but recall, there's imaginary 1s there. So what is 1 plus 1? 2. So that term has a degree of 2. The next term is 3x cubed y, and we see that x has a power of 3, y does not have an exponent, so we know it has an imaginary 1. We find the sum of those values, 3 plus 1, gives us 4. So that is the degree of that term. And then the final term, we have 5xy squared. We see that y has a power of 2, but x has an imaginary 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3. We have now identified the degrees of the individual terms. Now we're ready to identify the degree of the polynomial. And again, the degree of the polynomial is the largest or greatest degree of any term of the polynomial. So looking at our list of degrees, we had a 5, 0, 2, 4, and 3. Which one was the highest? I hope you said 5. So this is a 5th degree polynomial.